Was this body always here? Was this human body? This completely infleshed human body here at all times? Oh, nope, it's standing up. Sabotage, it's Jeff.
This is David.
Hi, David. Let's play a video game that we've been playing a whole crap ton of recently. So we figured, let's turn that into content.
Yeah.
It's Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition. Which is a lot of words.
It's a lot of words to say, hey, did you like Baldur's Gate?
I have no opinion on Baldur's Gate. So, maybe. Right. I suspect no, because for my extreme nerdiness and love of playing D&D, I don't actually have any particular fondness for D&D lore books or games themselves.
Right.
Let's do a classic mode.
Right.
Which will be adjusting to fit our whims very shortly.
Yeah.
Achievements disabled. Oh no.
Oh no.
It's okay. It'll be okay.
Whatever shall we do without those Chivos that you can just unlock on Steam, because you can still do that? I mean, what?
I assume that there's also console versions of this game.
Yeah.
We'll be playing the PC version.
Mm-hmm. We'll still be using controllers though, because that's convenient.
Not a monster. Also, they, unlike Path of Exile, looking at you, actually do a good job of implementing controllers instead of being on their high horse, being like, well, Diablo 1 didn't do it, so...
Or how Diablo 3 made using controller great and made a better game than the PC version.
We're also going to start a new game, which is something you do very frequently in these RPGs. Yeah. It's a D&D style, extremely complicated RPG. That is just great.
It is.
Let's see. I think I can launch now. Okay. Oh, not ready.
I have to say I'm ready.
Am I not ready enough? Okay.
No, I just had to load in and hit start.
The best part about this game, other than, it has a lot of build variety and, an interesting story and, it's got a good narrator, voice acting, and all this fun stuff, is the way that the co-op is so good and is the best. You can have up to 4 players, you can do it online, you can do it locally, and you can do both at the same time. And
you can use Parsec so that a friend can play from states away.
If, for example, you have a friend that lives states away and is just on a laptop and doesn't own the game, but has a USB controller, then you can stream. So I stream Parsec to him. He connects as the second local player, in quotes, local player. And then you join as a remote third player. And the save game is just saved so that anyone can drop in and out, and it's fine. It just has all kinds of just great little details about keeping order when you have a bunch of people in different places doing different stuff.
Right.
So we have and because it's so complicated, and because character creation often takes the most time of these things, I'm just going to use the same build I always do.
Right.
my Huntsman Summoner Sibyl.
Yes.
I will try and as briefly as possible. There are pre-made characters, which you see here. These are the origin characters.
I'm playing as Fane,
who is undead. He's a skeleton man.
Yep.
He's technically an eternal, but he's an undead skeleton person. I'll be playing Sibyl, who is a lizard racist because she was magically compelled into
slavery
and assassinations for a lizard master, and recently got her freedom and is on a quest for revenge. These kinds of things are only for the origin characters. They're also the ones that are mostly voice acted for story beats. You can technically create your own,
which character. I did in one of our games. Sometimes I get to say things.
Yeah, very rarely though. You'll be able to say a thing. You could be a dwarf if you want to be short and drunk, which I think is just kind of That's just, fantasy 101.
That's just how they do.
You can be an elf if you want to be good at everything. you can be a human if you want to be super boring, or you can be a lizard person and have just great designs.
And just the female lizard people are just so tall, just so very tall.
They're extremely tall. I very much like the lizard people in this game because it allows me to do the archetype that I don't usually get to do in video games, which is the lizard person pyromancer. Close to my heart.
Right.
But we're actually going to stick with the you can also be undead versions of all of the ones just mentioned, but I'm going to stick with Sabine.
That's the character I made. Undead.
I went to all the characters as we can see here. We can still customize to a certain. This is the default appearance, but there's lots of different face shapes and whatnot, what have you.
So, because it's just going to be the two of us, I'm going to be running Lone Wolf as my perk, which just makes it to where if you have 2 or fewer people in your party, you're just better at everything. Every time you spend a point on an attribute, it goes up by 2 instead of 1. Every skill except for polymorph, if you put points into, it goes up by 2 instead of 1. Also, you start with more AP, have a higher max. I think you deal more damage, or you take less. Not sure which. I mean, I could look it up. It's right here.
I also like to appreciate the elves are generally very scantily clad, sort of their whole deal. But they also have these they're also very super lanky and tall, and they have these gnarly ribs.
Gnarly.
Yeah, the musculature on the ribs is
musculature is like, nope, that's not great. Human.
I'm going to do, like I said, the character that I always do, because it's the easiest and one I know the best, which is a Summoner Huntsman combo. So I guess we'll start with Ranger, but I'll go through this as...
Right.
So what I'm doing here, I'll briefly go over this. We have the character customization stuff is, it's a video game, but I'm going to go ahead and put in Finesse is my main damage dealing perk, because I'm just going to be using bows and summoning pet creatures. Now, summoning in this game doesn't balance off of one of your stats, which is why it's good for a hybrid class, because anyone can use it effectively, which I will be doing. I don't think I really need any memory at the moment. Wits is for basically just for crit and initiative order and stuff. So I'll try and be balanced, and nope, I'm gonna put them all in Finesse. Okay.
Right. You this game does train you on more or less dealing with, like, okay, you should spread out, but just
so I'm
going
to take point in Scoundrel. Even though I'm going to be a Huntsman summoning hybrid, I'm going to put my first point in summoning in Scoundrel for reasons which we'll cover shortly. We're going to completely ignore the weapons and defense categories. Right. So you go back to civil abilities. I'm going to put all my points into Lucky Charm, although I get one in Lore Master for reasons that we're also going to be customizing shortly. The skills that I'm actually going to be using are going to be the summoning ones, so the Incarnate and the Totem. And then I guess I could take in... Nah, I want to take in another one. It says kind of... would be nice if I could... Yeah, you're right, because I'm thinking like, I could take Adrenaline, but obviously I want to show off Adrenaline in a different way. So it'd be kind of a wasted point, but I also am not planning to go any further with the Scoundrel points or the Scoundrel tree. So I'll just take Chloroform just because it is a long range thing, and I'm going to be a long range character. So like backstabbing is not going to be good for my character, so I will not get that. But that's fine. You'll have plenty of opportunities. Okay, I think I have all the points I want, which means I hit the back button. And then I move over to the talents. I don't want arrow recovery. I get ancestral knowledge and corpse eater because I'm an elf and I'm good at everything. I gotta I get that pawn, though. What do I need for pawn? Okay, I can just take pawn. Okay, another great reason. Yeah, the pawn, these all have, specific info. We press the Y button here, we can see what these things do. A lot of these are good sort of perks, but the pawn gives you a free amount of movement, which is good for positioning. It's very, very good. The tag system is for options and dialogue. So it's flavor, a little more role-playing stuff. I'll leave Outlaw Scholar on. That'll be fine. The most important thing, which instrument of the 4 to represent your character when their leitmotif comes in?
I always pick oud.
I feel like I should do something besides the oud just for, some difference. Just a classic cello. Let's do a classic cello.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready?
All right. Yes. I've readied up.
Which means I hit the start button. Are you sure you're done with character creation? Yes.
Been kicked from the game.
Are you now?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Maybe invite me again?
Why would it do that? Is my game secretly crashing? It just hasn't happened yet? I can still hear the music. I
don't know. Are you seeing?
No?
Are you seeing cutscenes?
Which makes me think maybe it did. An unusual circumstance. I had, you know what, David? I had high hopes. I had grand designs about getting into an RPG relatively quickly, and here we are, 15 minutes of recording so far, and
let me host.
Sure. While waiting for the invite, some of the mods we have that are actually pretty good is automatic item leveling and cheat commander. Cheat commander is literally just you give yourself whatever stats you want. Use that to get past the persuasion checks, which are dumb in video games. Okay, speedrunning.
Speedrunning.
Got it. Appearance, fine. Preset 8. Points can also be spent later in game. I know. Okay, I have confirmed.
All right, so have I. Now, were you kicked?
Yes.
I skipped the cutscene.
No. Okay. When the cutscene suddenly quit, I thought maybe it went bad.
I out of reflex, skipped the cutscene.
Well, imagine there's a flowery introduction to an RPG that was going on.
The sedative will wear easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
Oh, hey, we learned a whole bunch of recipes. I forgot I had that mod enabled. It just gives you all the recipes so you don't have to trial and error your way through.
Yeah, another good thing, because you'd probably just use a guide anyways.
Way to wait.
Oh, right. The skull is talking to me.
Oh, yeah? Okay, I'm listening. This is one of the co-op features, so before you advance that, I can see that this other person here, in this case David's character, has a little box above his head, and I can listen in so that I can just see whatever his conversation is going on. This is a way to parallelize different players talking to different people and so on.
Where'd you get it? There can't be many curios like that in the world. Is that a fact? And your voice? You ripped that from them too. I've never heard such silken tones from a naked skull. So powerful that you've been overpowered by clowns in red capes and a glowing necklace. Well, colour me impressed. Still, you'd best keep that mask on.
Skull.
The living don't take kindly to seeing their future staring back at them.
All right.
I need to stop listening. Okay. Otherwise, I'll be in that that forever.
Okay. So the great thing about being an undead, or it being Fane, I am now an elf.
Congratulations. So am I.
And I have this power until the end of the tutorial. Or the end of the boat section.
Indeed. Which hopefully we can get through. Do you have the Fleetfoot.
I should. Yeah.
So one of the mods that I would highly recommend if you're playing along at home or something like that is Fleetfoot, which just improves your base speed. This is as fast as your character moves in default.
It's
in the game.
so bad.
It's very slow.
Let's see, do that.
While you're figuring that out, some of the other just useful features here, you can just hold down a button in order to just see everything around you that is interactable. I mean, you can also do that with mouse and keyboard, but the way that they solved that for controller is really neat because it just gives you a radius that expands around when you hold down the interact button. It was like,
hey, Jeff, I have some bad news. Achievements have been disabled.
Aw, dang.
It is quality of life. I shall cast it.
Should apply to the whole party. Yeah, there we go. So even though it's on my action bar here, I'm going to remove it because it's a permanent buff, and it's just kind of weird to accidentally cast it, which actually takes it off everyone.
Mm-hmm. Right, and I should say, because I'm pretending to be an elf, I get the elf race ability, which is flesh sacrifice.
As do I, which is great. Which is you just kind of make a pool of blood. There's a person has appeared in front of you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me see if I can also summon a person from the... Oh, yep, he's over here too.
Oh, wow.
Might be brothers, I guess.
Right.
This is the cheat commander, which you can use to just give you whatever you want.
Right.
But like mentioned, I'm just going to be using it to get civil ability points.
Yep.
Specifically to max out persuasion, because persuasion and intimidation checks and stuff are just extremely... They're dumb in all video games and RPGs. Like, if you're doing a tabletop RPG and it's like a specific kind of campaign, I could see like maybe a plus or minus on if it'll work or not. Yeah, you can figure that in the story. But a video game's a story, so like 90% of the time it's, do you have something fun happen or does nothing happen and you fight?
Right.
So it's like, do you see more content or you just fight the person that you were talking to? Like, okay, that's not that interesting.
Yeah. I bought a big stick, so I have a big stick now.
Congratulations. Let's upgrade my persuasion to 5.
5. Yep. So now we get to ignore.
Yes. Also because stealing is the most effective way to get stuff in the game.
Yep. I already have 5 thievery. Don't worry about it.
Weird that it would happen so quickly.
Right. All right. So here's the thing. I also like pretty much any object in the game. You could just move it.
Yeah, that's
as long as it's not like a set piece kind of thing.
Or food.
I got an egg.
Her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully. Her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp
I'm talking with the sheep a little bit
right
here.
in the shin.
Fresh meat.
Another thing that we've activated is the always have pet pal. In the base game, you can only talk to animals if you take the pet pal perk or what have you. It is much better if you just have the ability to talk to animals, because this game is pretty hilarious at times, and you can get a lot of useful information and perspectives from the cats and aristocratic crabs and mice and whatever have you.
So Jeff just actually had one of his civil abilities proc for me. I opened a chest and got an actual two-handed weapon that I'm not supposed to have. So there was no point in me buying that big stick.
The sheep is also talking about barn wisdom, which is legally distinct from farm wisdom.
Right.
Mackle boys.
Mackle boys?
Yes, the Mackle boys.
Ain't no harmer around this farm. Farm wisdom. Pretty good. Yeah, I guess.
That's how you say their name, I think.
Right. I already got the key for... It's weird.
I got a bucket.
I don't... Oh, right. I need to take this candle. So certain things are flammable because this is Divinity. And if you have a candle, you always have a way to...
Is that everything is flammable because it's Divinity. But
right,
I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm going to move my... I'll just kind of describe what I'm doing, even though I guess you can see it in the video. I'm going to move my arrow types into my backpack and then put the backpack on a quick bar so that I can have like a sub bar, which is just for consumable items, basically. At least that's how I like to set it up. So just put these into here, and then go to the quick bar and add
One of the good things about being the pack rat hoarder that I am is it means that when playing with characters like Jeff's, where like elemental arrows are super helpful, I can just always have stuff so I can make more arrows. Turns out you make shocking arrows with human teeth.
Gross. Let's put on an item. Backpack. There we go. I have accidentally armed myself. Let me get out of combat mode. Okay. Let's move along through the...
All right. If I haven't... Well, I'll open this barrel, and I will send you the knife. And then if you want to move the barrel so you can show the folks at home.
Sure. We still need to... I just have to get this dumb knife. We don't actually get our equipment back just yet. Let's move this. And
literally...
No. I said move this, and then puzzle. We puzzed.
Yeah.
We done puzzed.
Oh, hey, look, it's oil everywhere. Weird. Actually, weird. You know what? I think I'm just going to grab that barrel.
Just going to take that oil barrel with you.
Yep.
There's also a lot of water on the ground.
It's weird.
Hard to say what that might be able to be used for. Who knows?
Oh, hey, electric discharge scroll. Cool. I think there's a rope
be able to use that for. We have an obvious choice here. This is between the jerk that's locked up or the magister on the side there,
who's also probably a jerk.
Probably.
Well, he's currently asleep, so
I can pre-buff if you want to.
I turned into a barrel.
You did turn into a barrel.
Now I'm stealing all of his stuff.
Okay.
All right, I've robbed him blind. Dip, 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 dip. You turn into context sensitive.
I can also just turn into a barrel. I'm not doing a sneaky character, but I can also become a barrel.
Right. All right. All right. I'm gonna.
Just set the place on fire.
Oh, okay.
So there's oil and there's a barrel, so we can start this combat. Well, we could talk to people, but we're gonna do some combat.
Okay, so the reason I grabbed that candle...
You're a little bit on fire.
He is still asleep. I hurt no one but myself. All right.
I got my little dude out, so I pre-buffed in this case. Since I'm using a summoner, I want to bring out my summon before the fight starts.
All right.
My little guy's right next to me. I probably should have told him to stay on the other side, but that's okay.
All right, so flesh sacrifice gives you an AP.
Extra AP, which you can spend on, attacks and whatnot.
Right.
Most attacks are 2, particular deadly ones are 3 or more, and a few of the utility ones are 1. You're using Bull Rush.
Which means I grew horns.
I guess it didn't go through his armor? Or is that not a knockdown?
No, he's almost dead.
Okay.
So I can... Okay, game. Focus. Something you can do is if you hit up on the D-pad, it goes into tactical mode.
That's
so
true.
that you can see through the environment.
Yeah, you get a nice little overhead.
I'm just going to smash his brains. It'll be fine.
Go for it.
I win. I'm still on fire, though.
Gleeful malevolence. You can just position yourself back.
All right.
Say your prayers. Do you want to do a first attack?
Oh yeah. That's a good idea.
When it says end, that means that the conversation is over, which also means that it will start a fight in this case. That's not always the case, but since this is going to be the case here, he can just get you can get a cheap shot in to start the combat with free it. Is he not being attacked?
Wait, hold on. I'm going to use Tentacle Lash.
Okay. Sometimes you just got to grow a tentacle. Yeah,
okay, apparently no, I can't hurt him.
Right,
that's weird. Normally you can.
Yeah, maybe that's
maybe it's so we can't cheese him. Well, whatever. I'm just gonna knock
maybe
him
it's
over.
Just a tutorial thing.
All right, I knocked him over.
Very good.
Now you get to do things.
Hooray! Incarnate's gone. My incarnate does much better if he can have elements. Oh, that's actually great. So he has created blood on the ground, which means I can make a blood demon.
Yeah.
My little guy. Go, little guy.
And he's dripping blood.
As he should be. Let's also, speaking of dripping blood.
Hey, you're going to make more blood.
Yeah.
Are you going to put down a totem too?
You know what? Yeah, I will put down a totem. It'll just be a wood. Nah, I wonder if I can get a blood totem in there. Nah,
well?
for the sake of argument, I could do a water totem.
Yeah.
This is all kind of immaterial since this guy's die.
He's just gonna die.
I'm actually just gonna skip my turn so I can let my totems and stuff do them. Saying, okay, so here's my little bloody guy.
Yeah.
Depending on the element you bring them in with, they get different skills. So because he's made of blood, he gets this mosquito swarm skill, which is completely unnecessary, and yet also necessary. But it's just kind of
as all things in this game.
Didn't quite kill him.
That's weird.
That is weird. Let's okay, fine. Just punch.
Oop. Camera.
Yeah, the camera is also being a little persnickety.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go pet my totem. Good totem, yes.
All right, I'm gonna lay down for a second and just get health back.
Very good.
If you're on fire, you can sleep and out heal the fire damage.
This is true. As an undead, you also have the ability to use your bony fingers as lockpicks.
Yeah.
Which is, a neat little thing.
Whoop. It's the actual. Well, no. Here's another great perk of being. Oh, I can't use it because I'm pretending to be an elf. I can play dead, which is wonderful.
Let's see. I got the bucket helmet, which is different than a bucket.
Right.
Less initiative and hides my face, but I can turn that on or off.
Yeah, but also you now have armor, physical armor.
Yes, a teensy tiny bit of physical armor.
But that's super important.
Yes. In this game, status effects are completely their efficacy is completely determined by whether or not you have the relevant armor type. So you have physical armor and magical armor. And when you take magical or physical damage that exceeds that, it starts taking off your health. It's like, okay, that makes sense. But it also means that if your particular defense is gone, then you're 100% susceptible to status effects of that type. Which is great. It's so good. And as Larian Studios, the people who made this, they're also making Baldur's Gate 3, which is currently almost out-ish, kind of, at time of recording. And I like this game so much that I'm excited for that, even though I don't usually care about D&D games. But that's one of the things that was kind of... It makes me... Because Baldur's Gate, it's using 5th edition rules, and which means they can't use their extremely awesome armor, magic armor, physical armor system, because it's all literally the D&D rules. And I've only watched a little bit of the gameplay demos they've done, and it still looks like, a good Larian video game, But, it's just a lot of, attacks of opportunity and, free actions and, it's just D&D stuff,
Right. Yeah.
Low health numbers, lots of missing. You take one hit and you're almost dead. All this kind of stuff.
And if you're a wizard, a harsh look will obliterate you.
Yeah. It's never quite as bad as first edition when you had you could have 1 HP as a wizard.
God. Man, that first edition was
there's some good YouTube good YouTube videos about the history of D&D and stuff that is compelling, but not recommended.
Yeah, don't play first edition. Don't play second edition either.
Yes, there you are. Not Not too tight.
Ooh, I got a hat.
Let's just see one.
I mean.
Oh wait, I'm pretending to. Oh wait, this means okay.
I'm currently talking to C1 if you wanna.
Right. Oh, I should put my hat on. Oh. Yes. No one can tell I'm undead.
No one can tell
now.
you're undead now because you're wearing a hat. Did you want to steal from her, or do I have to?
Oh yeah. That's.
No, she didn't really have anything. Nah, not really. She's got a rat's tail.
It's the principal.
It's weird. I'm trying to trade with her, but all of her items are gone.
It's strange.
It is strange.
My biggest actual complaint with the persuasion system in here, now that I'm thinking about it, in this game, ooh, I have a doublet. Is
Congratulations.
That it gives you options for like wits persuasion or strength persuasion, and it is absolutely meaningless.
Yeah, that's all just flavor. The only thing that matters is your persuasion stat, which is out of 5. So even if you have, if you have like, I don't know, like 30 strength or something, the strength persuasion is only based off of your persuasion stat, which is it's considered a civil ability, completely separated from combat. Anyways, there is some plot going on. I mean, there is a story. It's an RPG after all, although we're kind of kind of breezing past a lot of it.
We're breezing past it because you should actually. Yeah.
We're path of exiling. We're being exiled because we have the magical, the source of magic within us, and that is bad news. Right. So sent off to Prison Island. There's your setup.
Dungeon.
Also, I have a special power. I ragdoll.
Seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Oh,
congratulations.
A new life awaits.
Was this body always here? Was this human body? This completely infleshed human body here at all times? Oh, it's standing up. C1 is very dramatically looking for something that used to be in her pockets but is no longer.
Is she accusing you of theft?
Oh, she's accusing me of theft. I think that I will use a let's do a finesse person. Coward and fear, and say you're too afraid of conflict to ever take someone's belongings. Perish the thought. Okay, if you say so.
Oh, now she's got me. I'm going to do. We're the same race, in quotes. It works.
Same race.
I am clearly a human. When we come back through here, you can just grab it. Here's the cheat commander.
He's just hanging out. I think I probably do need a bedroll. Ooh, a plain belt.
Ooh, you got a belt.
It was a belt with telekinesis on it.
You have mind powers?
I mean, I do have mind powers. Telekinesis in this game just means that when you move objects like we did before, you can move them a certain distance and weight doesn't matter.
If you have a lot of strength, you can fling things very, very far.
There are a lot of characters and situations and dogs and main characters, and it's the whole thing. It's an RPG. But instead, let's cheese and exploit. What do you say?
All right, you want me to attack? Where do you want me to attack him?
Wait until
you're in there, right?
Yeah, let me talk to this guy so we can open the door. Okay, so he's opened the door. All right, I think you can start the fight now. If you start a fight with the Magisters, the entire sort of deck kind of fights you.
That didn't. Are you kidding me?
Is he okay with you?
Okay, fine. All right, now we're fighting.
Okay. So these other main characters in the background are kind of. All right. Just
are you gonna run ahead or?
Yeah, as soon as it's my turn, which it is not for 3 more enemies.
Okay. All right, and I'm not here.
Ragdoll, all right.
All right, it's your turn.
All right, so I'm just gonna move in this way. Yeah. literally just going to walk in here. I'm going to take the opportunity attack, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to get into here for reasons.
All right, then as soon as the old lady goes, then we're golden. So heal yourself if you can.
Let's move back a little bit. That's fine, I'll use it. Okay.
All right, then that guy
just
attacks.
Wait for the old lady. The old lady who was also the narrator of the intro video we skipped, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Her name is Wendigo. Oh, right, they attacked the cheat commander because he's technically an enemy. Forgot about that.
Source blast.
There we go. Oh, hey, we got a bunch of extra experience. Weird.
Yeah. So this is obviously a story beat that always happens at the beginning, where the ship starts sinking because of the source blast. But you can just get extra experience if you just want just a little tiny bit of extra experience. If you just want to kind of do that. It's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Pants. So I got pants.
You can get some weapons here. Why are you on fire?
Look, we're playing Divinity. It's going to happen.
Bow.
The bow. Okay, finally got my bow, so I can do long range damage.
I took stuff, and that's fine.
Unlock this door.
Okay.
Yes, good. Good, undead servant. Good. Restoration skull, some mashed potatoes.
Garlic, mug of wine, potato, basket.
Bunch of empty cups.
Chipped plates.
A sack that was completely empty, did not even have 4 pieces of gold in it, as an example of what was not in there.
It's a very specific example, but I appreciate that. Do you want the knife?
Nah.
All right, then. Didn't mean to pick up the journal, but that's fine. And the door's unlocked.
Something else for the loot here. Okay. The UI for the different loot containers are themed. So you have gross guts for people, and you have like a books for a bookcase. The best one, which we haven't seen, is the piles of fish.
Oh yeah. You can go get Finn's leg now.
That's right. Okay. I think we'll go in here, not be bothered. There was a murder. I get a chunk of flesh. Now I can go into my inventory and use some necrophagy.
Down your throat, you feel his
an elf ability.
Enter yours. His memories are yours to experience. You are Finn. Your heart is heavy. You know too much. It's all too much. You've met.
You've met
him. Light blinds you, then fades. You feel a tremendous power in your hand. Suddenly,
you met him during the incident.
Ah, yes, of course.
An older woman. Her eyes are kind. She reaches a hand toward you. The memories end. You are no longer Finn.
So the reason I took a scoundrel was because you get, if you're an elf and you have scoundrel points, well, when you eat someone's flesh, you get their memories, and sometimes that person has a free skill for you. So in this case, it's the extremely useful, everyone should have ability called Adrenaline.
Adrenaline, yeah.
Which gives you 2 AP for this turn at a 2 AP deficit for the next. And it is instrumental in the summoning lifestyle, which I love to lead. So I think that we didn't even get to Fort Joy, that is to say Detroit.
Well, let's do one more actual fight.
Okay.
So if we go up the stairs in that room where the lady killed all the people, then we get a fight.
God damn it! I need to get off this wreck.
Not that way.
So that's where the death fog is. Also, I'm on fire.
I saw that.
I'm on fire again.
Yep. Still on fire. All right.
Let me bring out.
There's a conversation at first, so.
Okay. I'll wait until you're in the convo before pulling out the. Pull out my fire guy.
All right. Let me know.
I am good to go.
All right.
The fire elemental sort of that I conjured comes with the fireball spell, which is super good.
Right. I'm just gonna knock him down.
Very good.
Oh, that killed one.
Oh boy.
Oops. And then
just exploded.
I'm gonna move out of the way and end my turn so you can do stuff. He's using shields up to get his armor back.
Good for him. Right. Good for him. Okay.
Go incarnate, go. Light him on fire. Because that's what the game wants.
It's what it wants. It's what the people came here for, you know? Me, I can walk 2 AP, and then I'll use 2 AP for my fireball. Just to get him out of the way. I think I can... Well, that's fine. There's only one guy, but that's okay. I'm use 0 AP to get around the corner.
Yeah.
And I can use adrenaline to get 2 additional AP, which I can use to do 3 consecutive hits with my bow. And then do 1 more. Taking flesh sacrifice just for funsies.
Yeah.
Just completely unnecessary. And, you know, because it might miss. It's a 5% chance to miss. It's fine.
Right.
Now he did.
Hey. Yay.
We did it. We combated.
Yeah.
Just need to kind of take his body there. Just kind of...
Weird. All right. The fire does go out. And then it makes steam or smoke, which is like... It makes it harder for people to see.
Poison arrow. Some pants, if you want to have some pants. I forgot to put my pants. No, I did. I did put the pants on.
You should take some pants. I
have more. This is a an RPG thing where I have more pants if I don't have pants. You know.
Right. Well, especially with the elf. Oh, I found more pants.
There's pants in the wool.
Oh, okay. All right. So now my character looks interesting.
I've got a... Nope, you're a barrel.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got a... It's a cohesive, look.
I like this video game. It's pretty good. Go... If you haven't played... This game's been out for a while.
Yeah.
But it is... I think it's the best of the genre, pretty much. David's died.
I like how when I die, all of my joints cease to function.
I'm gonna pour one out for David. This is how elves do it.
All right.
The end. Divinity Original Sin 2. It's a good game. Play with friends.
We recommend it. Yeah. Yes. So if you've enjoyed this and the other stuff that we make, please consider supporting us on Patreon.
Poison arrows heal the undead.
Right. Poison heals the undead. Healing hurts them. Yeah, if you could go support us on Patreon, that'd be great. Or, share the video, like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. We absolutely love making this stuff for y'all, and all those things make it easier for us to do.
Have a picture.
Okay.
Divinity.
Original Sin 2. Hold on.
Wait, gotta wait for it. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Now
it's
now
Divinity
we're playing Divinity. Everyone's on fire.